Hello and welcome back to yet another video. Now today's video is going to be European predictions, in particular the Champions League. There will be a Europa League one for the round of 16 in that. That will be on Thursday morning. This will either be up Monday night around 7 or it will be up Tuesday morning. One of the two, it depends when I can get it edited for. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new and like the video. Can we get 15 likes on this one? Once again, I'm hoping we can attract some new viewers for this, some European viewers maybe. Let me know if you are new, where you're watching from. Let me know what countries, what cities in particular, what teams you support. And let me know your predictions for these games in particular. Now, we're not going to do next week's fixtures. That'll be a different video. I'm going to go detailed of the 4 fixtures from this week on Tuesday and Wednesday. That obviously starts off with Barcelona, who face PSG at the Nou Camp. Now, Lewis and Dad, they chipped in again. I've got them to send me messages, no video clips or anything. And again, they cannot join me. Hopefully they can soon, but in the meantime, that's not going to happen. Barcelona, very good. PSG, very good in their own respective countries. Barcelona, they're not top, they're not second. I think they're third or fourth currently in La Liga. That's not great. PSG, they're in a title race for once. They're not actually just top of the league. Normally PSG batter the league and finish about 50 points clear. Well, not that many, but it's stupid normally in that Farmers League, as some people call it. They were the European finalists last year, losing out to Bayern Munich, the team that battered Barcelona 8-2. Now, will that come into play this season? I'm not sure. It's a completely different season. People are now used to not having fans in a bit more. They're used to things like that. I think PSG are without Neymar, without Di Maria, but they will have Mbappe though. Potentially the best striker in the world currently. There is another one of them that could get for that run in, playing in a separate game. But once again, if they're without Neymar, they're without Di Maria, they're lacking width. I think their front three will be Moise Kean, Kylian Mbappe and Mauro Icardi, 3 of which are all strikers. None of those are wingers. Now, that's going to be a bit of selection trouble for the striking options for the manager there. I think it is Pochettino now as well. He's got to a final before with Spurs. Hasn't won one, but he's got there. But it's a difficult thing to say again. I'm not sure. Will PSG be good enough for Barcelona? Barcelona do have options. They've got Messi there. That's all you really need to say, really. It's Messi. He's the magician. But you've got Messi at right wing. You've got Ansu Fati, the young player. I think he's fine. He might be injured. You've got Ousmane Dembele. You've got Griezmann. That front three, Dembele, Griezmann, Messi. It's very, very good. Frankie de Jong in midfield. Still got Piqué at the back. They've got players there. Jordi Alba's still there. Ter Stegen in goal. They have a very good team. But the team bonding's been a bit of an issue recently. However, I don't think it'll be an issue. I reckon Barcelona will win, and I reckon they'll win 2-1. Dad has agreed with me. He thinks Barcelona will win 2-1 as well. And Lewis has gone the other way. He's gone 2-1, but he's gone 2-1 to PSG. Will it happen? I don't know. It could. We move on now, though, to the first English side, and the only English side playing this week. That is Liverpool, who don't travel to RB Leipzig. They travel to the Puskás Arena in Hungary. Now that's a bit weird because it's just in a neutral venue. Now that is in Budapest, is what I was meant to say instead of Bulgaria. I don't know why I said Bulgaria, but it's at the Puskás Arena, named after obviously the legend of Hungary, Ferenc Puskás. Now that's because Germany aren't allowing people from England to go into Germany at the minute because of the coronavirus crisis there and here. Now, will that be a problem for Liverpool? Will it be a problem for RB Leipzig? I think RB Leipzig won't have a home advantage, but it'll still be the same for Liverpool. They're travelling to a ground where they've never played before. Well, I don't think they have. RB Leipzig have never played Liverpool in a competitive fixture in the history. I say the history, it's only about 15 years long anyway, so it's not a long history. But they've never played them. So there's no previous fixtures such as there is with Barcelona and PSG, with obviously the 6-1 and the 4-0 in the same season. These two have never played. As a result, I don't think there's much to call between the sides. Liverpool not doing well in the Premier League with 3 losses in a row. I think they've lost 4 of their last 5. Not good. RB Leipzig, on the other hand, are doing very well. They're second in the Bundesliga. I think if we're going to match these two sides, there's not a lot to really split them. As much as Liverpool are doing worse recently, they're in a harder league. They're playing harder teams. Not necessarily, well, I mean, you've seen a couple of teams they've played, albeit they did lose to Brighton and Burnley. But they played Man City, Leicester in there as well. But RB Leipzig, I don't think they'll be able to beat Liverpool. As a result, I think it'll be 1-1. I think it will be a very close game. Dad has agreed with me again, which is mental. We've both gone for an RB Leipzig 1, Liverpool 1 result. Lewis has disagreed again though, and he thinks RB Leipzig will get the win. He reckons it'll be 2-1 to them. once again, it could definitely happen. I would not write off anything happening in this game. But I did meet Dad earlier for a walk, and he did say that it would be such a Liverpool thing to do to finish 4th and still win the Champions League, or finish 5th but win the Champions League. It's a thing that you don't see a lot, but it could definitely happen. You can't write teams off in Europe because of because of their domestic form. It happens. You can be bad in your domestic league, brilliant in the Champions League, or vice versa. Like Barcelona last season, they got the semi-final and lost 8-2, but I think they won the league or they came second in the league. So it's things like that you can never say. Or Tottenham, when they got to the final, they didn't finish second or first, they finished 4th, I think. So it can definitely happen. But I think 1-1. Dad thinks 1-1. Lewis thinks 2-1. And now we move on to a team with a phenomenal home record against a team with the magic man up front. Now that is of course FC Porto, who face Juventus. Now that's another one that's not being played at home. I'm not sure where that one's being played, but I know it's not at Porto's ground as far as I'm aware. It could be, but as far as I'm aware it is not. As a result, I don't think Porto have a home advantage, but they are very good at home. If they are at home, I will change this. But they are very good at home. They haven't conceded a home goal in this calendar year so far. On the other hand, Juventus, very good attacking. They've obviously got the big man C-Ron up front, Cristiano Ronaldo, good at scoring goals. I think he scored over 40% of their goals this season. They also have another man that Chelsea fans will hate, Alvaro Morata, top scorer in the Champions League this season with 6 goals in 6 games. I would not write him off scoring against Porto. I think this one will be a Juventus win. I think it'll be 2-1. Lewis thinks 2-0 to Juventus, but Dad thinks Porto will sneak it 2-1. That's obviously only the first leg, so as I said, it could be, a first leg win, but then they lose 4-0 in the second leg. I wouldn't say that would happen though. I reckon Juventus will win, but not by the things that Liverpool done to Porto a couple of seasons back. They won like 4-0. I cannot see that happening. There is still some talent in the Portuguese league. It's not farmers like the French league. It's a lot better. Sporting, they're 7 points clear. Porto are the team that they expect to win the league, and when they're not winning the league, they're not doing well. So I reckon they'll turn their focuses more to Europe now. They'll focus a bit more on that, trying to get through, because they're kind of out of the league race now. Sporting 7 points clear, as I just said. Now we move on to the final game of this week. That takes place on Wednesday night, and it sees in-form Spanish side Sevilla take on out-of-form German side Dortmund. Now Sevilla sit 4th in La Liga, I believe, and Dortmund sits 6th in the Bundesliga. For Dortmund, that is awful. I'm obviously wearing their shirt now, and this is the one I could pick out for these fixtures. Dortmund are terrible at the minute. I think they drew 2-2 to Hertha Berlin or Hoffenheim last weekend. It shouldn't be happening. But I'm not going to talk out ranting about Dortmund because that's not the fixture. I'm just going to predict what I think will happen. I think Sevilla will be better than them. However, Haaland up front. You have people like Haaland, you have people like Sancho, people like that can definitely bang some goals and they can set goals up, they can do bits, so to speak. But Sevilla, they've got Lucas Ocampos on the wing. I don't know if he's injured, but he'll still be, if he's not, he'll be there, he'll be doing some damage to them. Sevilla, they're a very good side. And I think they'll be wanting to get through here because they're not really in the race for the title in Spain. Atletico have basically got that done and dusted now. As far as I'm aware, I think Sevilla will win this. I think they'll win it 3-2. Dad and Lewis have agreed with each other on this one, and they've gone for a 2-2 draw. I think they believe kind of Haaland will get a goal, Sancho will get a goal, they'll manage to get a draw. I personally can't see Dortmund doing well enough. They've already sacked their manager, I think, and they've got a new one lined up for the end of the season. I think from a Dortmund perspective, they've written this season off already. I think they're out of the cup, they're out of the league race, they're out of everything realistically. The Champions League, their last hope. They could put everything into it, but I don't think they've got enough. They haven't got enough left in them to push on for that. They haven't got it left in the tank. They think their confidence is shot. People like Haaland are still, I think he scored 16 in 17 in the Bundesliga or something like that, and he's still not the top scorer because he got injured. But you have people like Haaland, and I've said it already, Haaland, Sancho, young players coming through as well. Rainier, he's on FIFA, he's a future star, he's doing well. Even at the back, you've got a couple of good players. Mauro Akanji was there for a couple, I don't know if he's still there, but he was. They've got good keeper, they've got people all over the pitch that are good enough, but they're just not linking this season, it's just not gone well. That's why I think Sevilla win 3-2. But that is where this video does end. Thank you all for watching. I will do another preview either later on the Tuesday or tomorrow on Tuesday of Pompey, who take on Bristol Rovers away. But for now, this is where this video ends. Please, please, please subscribe down below if you are new. It does mean the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one.